Lights are off on the pace truck. We'll be going green the next time around. Jim Ruby, Mark, there's the start. Justin Rhodes dashes off into the first turn. S of Brian Shue is second, with Stephen Dove right behind, right underneath him and around him. Brian Hallenstein right there in fourth. Justin Rhodes leads lap number 1 into turn 1. Todd Bowersox running 5th. And the 33 of Joey Whiteley is 6th. Paul Morgan right there in 7th. Jim Ruby is in 8th. Final qualifying spot is the black 34. Stephen Dove's making a move here into 3. He's looking underneath Justin Rhodes. Rhodes holds him off. Dove looks underneath again. Once again, Rhodes holds him off. Brian Shue holding 3rd, Hallenstein 4th, Bowersox 5th, Whiteley 6th. Paul Morgan in 7th, and still in 8th is the 34 of Jim Ruby. Skip Finley and Calvin Herman come together. Finley dropping to the inside. Into 3, there's a battle for the lead. Stephen Dove underneath. Rhodes holds him off again, but now between 1 and 2, it looks like Rhodes holds him off again. Great battle for the lead here. Justin Rhodes, Stephen Dove. Brian Hallenstein has moved into 3rd. Brian Shue still 4th. Bowersox, Whiteley, and Paul Morgan. Dove underneath Rhodes, but Rhodes fights back on the backstretch into 3. Dove edges ahead. Who's going to get the bite coming off 4? Rhodes has him right there at the finish. Justin Rhodes, followed by Stephen Dove. Brian Hallenstein, Brian Shue, Paul Bowers right there between 3 and 4, the white line. Jim looks him over. The green flag falls. Jen Scott pulls out to the lead. Dave Thompson Jr. second. Joey Hoffer takes 3rd. Coming out of 2. Jen Scott still with the lead. Dave Thompson, Joey Hoffer, and the 1X or 11X of Craig Morgan going high, wide, and handsome into 2nd place. He's right on Jen's tail as they go into turn 1. Craig Morgan right there in 2nd. Jen Scott holds him off into 3. Joey Hoffer looking underneath. 4th, Dave Thompson. Paul Scott Thunberg is 5th. 6th is Wes Allman. 7th, the 69 of George S. 8th, we have a battle with Corey Seitz taking the position. Morgan has moved around Jen Scott. Hoffer looks to do the same, but not this time. Craig Morgan coming out of 4, down the home stretch. Morgan, Scott, Hoffer. Thunberg looking on the inside of Thompson. He's around him. Wes Allman now moves by also and is right there with Thunberg. 21K of Corey Seitz right there. '69 of Esch and the 5 of Dustin Hollinger. Morgan stretching the lead. Hoffer looking underneath Jen Scott, taking second position into 3. Thunberg is in 4th. Allman 5th. Seitz 6th. Esch 7th. And the 5 of Dustin Hollinger in the final qualifying spot. Morgan coming out of 4, white flag. Hoffer second, Jen Scott, Thunberg, Allman, Seitz, Esch, Denlinger, Hollinger rather. Morgan brings him out of 4, the checkered flag waves, he can see it. Takes the win. 21 of Hoffer, Jen Scott 3rd, Thunberg 4th, Allman 5th, Seitz, Esch, Hollinger. Cylinders, pre-stage for your heat races. Bud Whitmer. Green flag. Jeremy Knoll takes the lead into turn 1. Bud Whitmer second. The 91 of Chuck Yingling looking for that second position. The 20 of Steve Billett, 4th. Gene Wrightstone, 5th. Jake Jones inside him. The 9X of Sam Leonard and the 1 of Carl Billett. Fighting for that final qualifying position at this point. Jeremy Knoll brings them down. Bud Whitmer second. Jeremy Knoll into turn 3. Coming out of 4 with the lead. Bud Whitmer's right there. He looks inside, throws it into turn 1. Knoll fights him off, and the 91 of Chuck Yingling is right there now knocking on Whitmer's door. 20 of Steve Billett's right in, joins the crowd. Whitmer pulls up alongside. Going into 3. Not able to come around this time. Coming down the front stretch. Chuck Yingling right there in 3rd. Billett, Wrightstone, and Jones, the second group. Carl Billett slows dramatically on the front stretch. Carl Billett slow in 1, the yellow comes out. Coming out of 4. The green flag flies. Bud Whitmer tries underneath again. But Jeremy Knoll fights him off. Wrightstone in 3rd. Steve Billett 4th. White flag. Jeremy Knoll leads them out of 2. Down the backstretch, Bud Whitmer looking, but Jeremy Knoll fights him off. Coming down for the checker, Jeremy Knoll can see it and wins. Bud Whitmer second. Gene late model heat number 14 slides up into the pole position. Kyle Saylor. The 4 of John Moser starts second. 5. He hit the line. Jimmy throws the green. John Moser moves to the lead. Randy Christine tries to follow. Christine bobbles, but still takes second from Kyle Saylor. Potts is challenged by the 47 of Bob Scott Jr. Action all over the track. John Moser into 3, followed by Christine, the 14 of Kyle Saylor. Yellow flag comes out. Moser takes him into turn 1. Potts goes high in around 2 cars. We have the 99 sideways in 2. And the green flies. John Moser with the lead. Moser stretches out a slight lead over Christine. He continues that into turn 1 out of turn 2. Kyle Saylor, 3rd. Bob Scott, 4th. Carl Graves, Richwine comes around Earhart. John Baker in the black 21. The 5 of Charles Potts. John Baker in your final qualifying spot at this point. Halfway, 4 to go. John Moser stretches it out over Christine. Richwine moves around Graves into turn 1. Two to go for John Moser. Randy Christine. John Baker, last qualifying position. The 5 of Charles Potts has to get up there to get that position. White flag out for John Moser. Nice lead into turn 1. Christine second. Kyle Saylor, Bob Scott. Richwine 5th. Graves 6th. Earhart 7th. John Baker looking underneath Earhart. Takes the 7th position from him. Earhart fights back on the outside. The 5 of Potts needs to get around one of them. It does not happen. John Moser, Bob Scott, Richwine, Graves, Earhart. And Jimmy throws the green. The 71 of Henry Lesher takes the lead, followed by the 17 of Bobby Cup. Lesher maintaining the lead. The 8 of Ronnie Buck into second all the way, started 6th. He's all the way up into second in the 8. 81 is third. Jason Giesemann, he started 7th. Buck challenging for the lead here on Henry Lesher. Buck goes around him into the lead. The 3 has moved into the pits. The 8 of Ronnie Buck, nice lead, nice move from 6th starting spot to 71 of Henry Lesher, 81 of Jason Giesemann, 17 of Bobby Cup. Wendell Dove holding on to 5th place, followed by the 88 of John Henry, the 99 of Mike Buckley, and the 39 of Wayne Coker. Halfway, Giesemann moves to the inside of Lesher. Buck stretching out that lead. 17 of Bobby Cup is 4th. The 88 of John Henry 5th. And final qualifying spot is Wendell Dove at the white. Ronnie Buck all alone down the backstretch into turn 3. Ronnie Buck comes out of turn 4. Sees the checker, a little smoke off that right rear. 81 of Giesemann, 71 of Lesher, 17 of Cup, the 88 of Henry, and Wendell Dove. Ron Combs Jr. takes the lead into turn 1 in the blue and yellow, number 13. 888 of Brian Wenzel all the way up from 6th starting spot, moves into the lead, half a lap into the race. Combs second. The 11S of John Stoll third. '84 of Leroy Long fourth. The 0 of Gary Newell 5th, the M1 of Mike Potts, followed by the 7J of Gerald Hoagland, who just slows dramatically and heads down the front stretch into the pits. 3X of Mike Beers brings up the tail. 888, Brian Wenzel in the lead, followed by the 11S of John Stoll. The 32, Dennis Chris, final qualifier at this point, followed by the 13 of Ron Combs, one spot out of qualifying. The 11S, John Stoll, seems to be making ground up on the 888. Bringing the 84 of Leroy Long with him. Halfway. Wenzel down the backstretch, Stoll and Long making time into 3. 4 laps down. White flag for the 888 of Brian Wenzel. The 11S of John Stoll narrows the gap into turn 2. He's right on his tail. 84 of Leroy Long third. Into turn 3, the 11S makes a move. John Stoll right on his tail, right on Brian Wenzel's tail as they come off 4. Wenzel fights back with the win. Brian Wenzel in the 888. John Stoll second. The 84 of Leroy Long. green flies from starter Jimmy. The 6 of Butch Heisel moves into the lead, followed by Eric Hollenbach. Hollenbach diving underneath Heisel. Grant Adams in third. He started 6th. He's already up to 2nd. Moving around Heisel. Fourth place is the 13 of Ed Hollenbach. Moving into 3rd now. The 11 of Gary Scotch. No. That's the 44 of Ralph Morgan moving into 4th. 44 of Ralph Morgan in 4th. Heisel holds 5th. Heisel nudges the wall out of 4. Keeps going. The 121 of Ryan Michael and the 11 of Gary Scotch battling back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's a battle for the final qualifying spot. Eric Hollenbach continues to lead in the first turn, but the 64 of Grant Adams looks to the inside. Battled down the backstretch. Ed Hollenbach's in 3rd. Ralph Morgan 4th in the 44. 5th is the 6 of Butch Heisel, the 121 of Brian Michaels next. Hollenbach continues to lead into 3. Grant Adams continues to look for a way around him. White flag, 1 lap to go. Eric Hollenbach leads us into 1. Morgan looking for 3rd into 44. Holds him off. Ed Hollenbach holds him off. Coming out of 4. 21 of Eric Hollenbach with the lead. 64 of Grant Adams. The 13 of Ed Hollenbach. 44 of Ralph Morgan. The 6th of Butch Heisel. And the green is out. The Z of black takes us into the first turn. Followed by the 39 of Josh Morrow, fighting on the inside, but on the outside. Fighting back is Jason Harpster, but it looks like Morrow's going to take him into 3. Coming out of 4. Black continues to lead. Morrow 2nd, Harpster 3rd. Black still leads. Morrow 2nd, the yellow car. Whoa! The yellow 48 has moved into 4th, but Steve Nedorostek in the 7069 has taken 3rd. Morrow moves into the lead. Black 2nd. Nedorostek 3rd. And the 48, who now just passes both Black and Nedorostek and takes 2nd. They're taking all kinds of lines out of 4. But the 39 of Josh Morrow continues to lead. 48 of Randy Kissinger 2nd is gaining on the lead. Halfway as they come around this time to the start. Morrow leads. Kissinger 2nd. Black is 4th. .37 of Brian Weitzel is 3rd. White flag. Morrow, Kissinger, Weitzel, Black, Nedorostek. The 98 of Tim Henry looks to the inside, but is held off. He's followed by Pat McDermott. and Bob Murray. Here they come down for the win is the 39 of Morrow. Second was Kissinger. 37 of Weitzel was third. The green comes out, and the 27 of Chad Glaudfeller takes the lead. 7R of Dunston does not pick up speed and slows in turn one. The yellow comes out. And we're off. Glaudfeller once again takes the lead. Lash second. The 12 A of Sean Arndt is third. The yellow flag. Glaudfeller still with the lead. The 14W of Ed Wentz moves into second. Five of Scott Hottenschaft moves into third behind Wentz. 222 of Bob Lash is in fourth. Challenged now by the 44 of Darrell Bloom. Glaudfeller brings him down. The black 27. Wentz looks to the inside, but is forced to stay back, and he is passed by the 5 of Scott Hotteshell. Hotteshell making time into turn 3, gaining on the 27 of Glaudfeller. '27 of Tom Mayberry moves into third, followed by the 44 of Darrell Bloom, and the 7 of Ronnie Dunston. Ronnie Dunston moves around the 44 and the 27. Scott Hotteshell with the lead. Challenged now by Dunston and Mayberry. Mayberry to the inside. Hotteshell fights him off right now, but Ronnie Dunston's right there also, and he moves around Mayberry into second. Mayberry fights back in turn 3, halfway this time around. Mayberry fighting for the lead with the 5 of Hotteshell. Dunston right there in third. Mayberry moves into the lead. Hotteshell right there on his tail. Dunston looking on the inside of Hotteshell. Dunston and Hotteshell fighting for second. Mayberry leads. The 44 of Darrell Bloom is fourth. 14W, the 27, and 222. Battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. 8 to qualify, and currently in 8th is the 6. They hit the start line, and we have a green. Sowers holds the lead. Updegraff looks inside. And the 8L of Mike Lohman fights in there for a second. Petrax still fourth. The 23 of Nancy Fry right there, just being passed by the 3 of John Stoll Jr. Sowers continues to lead. Updegraff second. The 8L of Mike Lohman, the 3 and the 31. The 23 of Nancy Horan, the 9 of Matt Adams. The 111 of Adam Dole. Petrax slows on the backstretch. Alex Updegraff moves to the lead around Sowers. Updegraff in the lead, Sowers second to the infield. Updegraff brings him down for the green, followed by the 18 of Sowers. The 3 of John Stoll Jr. battles for second, followed by the 8L of Lohman. 5th is the 9 of Matt Adams, followed by the 111 of Adam Dole. The 10 of Vernon Myers. Updegraff with the lead. Stoll moves into second and sets his sights on Alex Updegraff, gaining noticeably. Loses a little off of 2, down the backstretch. Stoll looking at the tail end of Alex Updegraff and not liking it one bit. Matt Sowers is third, the 8L of Lohman fourth, the 9 of Adams fifth, 6 to 111, the 10 of Vernon Myers. Updegraff with the lead, Stoll still there. Moves to the inside, looking there right at the tail end of Updegraff. Lohman in third, Sowers fourth, Adams fifth, Adam Dole sixth, the 10 of Vernon Myers looking at the inside of Dahl. The 18 and the 8 get together coming down the front stretch, the 9 and the 111, everybody's clumping together into turn 1. The 9 goes around the 18. The 111 looks to the inside, and the 10 looks to the outside of the 111. Updegraff continues to lead. He and Stoll have pulled away from the third place car of Lohman. Adams fourth, the 18, 111, 10. Stoll right there on the inside of Updegraff as they come out of 4. Halfway. Updegraff holds the lead into 1, but Stoll moves underneath him and coming out of 2. Updegraff, will he be able to fight back on the outside? Stoll on the inside with the edge at this point. Updegraff fighting back on the outside. Coming out of 4. Looks like it's going to be Stoll in the lead as they come by the starter stand. Updegraff second. Lohman third, the 18 of Sowers fourth, Adams fifth, the 111 of Dahl is sixth, the 10 of Vernon Myers is seventh. The 99 of Mark Heller moves in behind the 18, yellow flag. Had pulled out to quite a lead. He's lost that, and Mike Lohman is right there, looking on the inside, looking on the outside. He's looking for a way around that number 3 of John Stoll Jr. Jimmy gives him the green, and Stoll pulls out a little lead there, followed by the 8L of Lohman. Stoll pulling away. The 9 of Adams is the third, 111 of Dahl fourth, the 10 of Myers fifth, the 20 of Darrell Sipe sixth, the 99 of Mark Heller seventh, the 18 of Matt Sowers. Stoll pulls away into turn 1 and out of 2. Myers in the 10. Looking to make room on the 111 of Dahl, but falls back at this point. The 111 of Dahl would like to get around Adams. He looks to the inside. They're both gaining on the 8 of Mike Lohman, the 8L. Second place, 12 down. 3 laps to go. The 111 looks to the inside of Adams. Myers looks on the inside of Dahl. Myers up aside Dahl, but Dahl fights him off in 3, which brings him right up on the 9 of Adams. 3 wide, the 111 and 9 make contact, the 9 goes around, yellow flag. John Stoll with the lead, 2 laps to go. He'd love to get around him right here. Coming out of 4. Stoll brings him down. checkers is out, or the green is out, I'm sorry. John Stoll into turn one. Roman hanging right there, out of two. He'd like to get around him on this next turn. He's staying right with him. The 111 of Dahl is third. The white flag is out. John Stoll Jr. with the white flag. 1 lap to go into turn one. He continues to lead. Roman holds second. Dahl third. The 10 of Myers fourth. Fifth is the 99 of Mark Heller, and Alex Updegrave is sixth. Stoll coming around turn three. Out of turn four. He can see the checker. Let's welcome him home with a checker flag for your feature winner tonight in the Rookie Rumble, John Stoll Jr.
John, come on around here. John, what a good run that was. I'll tell you what, you were on here last week, or last time you had the car out. It looked pretty good tonight.
Yeah, we came up a little short last week. I guess Kendra wasn't here, or she wasn't driving, so eased the pressure up a little, I guess, on me.
Well, I'll tell you what, like you said last time, how many years has it been since you've been in a 8-cylinder here?
Probably 21, 22 years, something like that.
You can't beat it. Knock off the rust a little bit, and you're up here. A good win. Are you going to run this car more often, a couple times?
Well, I doubt it, because we'll be at the Grove the next 3 weeks with our 4-cylinder car, so we probably won't be back until like August something. But I just want to thank Larry for letting me drive it, because it's a heck of a car. I'd like to see him do good in the main feature, so I really appreciate him letting me drive it.
Do you give him any feedback information to tell him to help him later on in the evening?
Yeah, we've been helping him out there in the evenings and stuff, trying to get his car going a little better. And he pretty much knows, but he said it felt good in the warm-ups there for him, so I was pretty good.
You're a 4-cylinder. Any chance of you being here again tonight a little later?
I don't know. We brought out the red car. I don't think it's as quick as the blue one, but that's a top 5 maybe.
All right, well, Todd here, he gave you some tickets, 7 lucky tickets, because tonight is 777, so you got 7 lottery tickets. You can win $4,000 additional dollars. Maybe if you do that, then you'll have to split it with me, though.
Oh, we can do that.
All right, there he is, John Stoll Jr. picking up the win as he gets the lucky tickets. Mike Lemon here, smoke coming from the car. Mike, good run tonight. Pretty fast out there.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'd just like to thank Todd for letting us come back here and run and putting on this good show. It's only my 4th race, and I'm just happy as heck.
Any kind of damage here with the smoke coming out, or is it just precautionary?
Nope, that's just oil blow by.
All right, well, here's your lucky tickets, 7 lucky tickets in order tonight for the championship here, 777. So good luck on those, and good luck the rest of the year.
Thanks, Big Jim.
Thank you. And third, here we go again with Adam Dahl finishing third. Good job, Adam. Congratulations on a strong third again. I'm telling you what, you're getting better and better.
Yeah, I guess so. I bumped a couple guys. I didn't mean to.
Well, that comes with racing there. Here's some lucky tickets. You got 7 lucky tickets. Rub them off. Maybe you'll win something else tonight.
Maybe.
All right, Adam Dahl picking up the win. You want to thank anybody for tonight?
Yeah, thank everybody that helped us on the car and just letting us borrow the tools for working on it. And thanks, Jess, for all our support, and my brother, and all the guys, my crew. And
Here we go. Superior Homes right along. 3 laps. All right, we're going to try this number. 06788. 06788. If you have that ticket, you're a lucky winner. 06788. If you have that ticket, come on down here and see me. There we go, down the front stretch. You get a chance of out an Xtreme Stock. 06788. 06788. Anybody have that lucky number? All right, we're going to go to another one. 06764. Anybody have that? 06764. Does anybody have any of these lucky tickets? 06781, 06788, or 06764. There we go. We got a winner. You've been waiting for this? Which number you got there? 64. What's your name?
Candy.
Candy, you come back next week? Did you get the right all?
Yeah. What's your, where are you from?
Extreme Stock. You'll be after that.
Thank you.
Green flag goes. Swenson holds the lead, but Duracell fighting out on the outside. And then we have the 10 of Jason Anderson sideways. He backs her up and brings her around, just like a parking lot at the Giant. Swenson brings him out of turn 4 for lap 1. He's got the lead. The orange 37X in third. That's Chad Gracie. Just passed by Brandon Orton, the 69X. Ort moves into second around the 99 of John Duracell. Swenson still with the lead, about 4 or 5 car lengths. Ort can see him. The Falls Hotel 69X. Panther Pink. Followed closely by the 57 of Butcher Rich Creek. Ort looks to the inside of Swenson. Rich Creek coming along with the Ort. Rich Creek right on his tail. Into turn 1, Ort with the lead, Rich Creek second. They consider steady. Rich Creek looking to the inside now. Out of 4. Rich Creek with the lead as they come by the starter stand into turn 1. Ort looking for a way around. Third place is a 20S of Darrell Sipe, up from a 12th starting spot. Swenson still maintains 4th, the 37X of Chad Gracie 5th. 3 wide coming down the front stretch. The 87's a meat and a sandwich as they go into turn 1. The car of the future, according to the painting on the side of the van, right there, the gray, looks like a Pontiac Astro. Number 5 of Mark Vey is moving up. He started 13th. Well, one around in the third turn, the 7, and he collects. Rich Creek on the green, on the gas. Ort right there, but falling back slightly. Single file down the back stretch. Nobody's making a move. Now we have the 659 going around the 69 of Dan Snyder. Richard Day moves around him on the inside. Snyder fights him off. 7 laps down. Rich Creek stretches that lead. Orton second, 19 of Swenson is third. Two to go. Looks like they're going single file through the construction zone on Route 30. The minivans are all lined up. Horns will be blowing and all that stuff. Frozen foods will be melting. Rich Creek, 1 lap to go. Takes it into turn 1. Unchallenged at this point. Ort unchallenged in second, out of 2. Rich Creek down the backstretch. Ort not challenged for second. Swenson is third. And down for the checker, it's Butch Rich Creek Jr. in the 57, Brandon Ort. Jeff Swenson, the 37, Exit Gracie, the 87 of Lance Dunmore.
There he stands at victory lane, fans. You can hear him now. Butch Rich Creek picking up the win. Good job, Butch.
Thank you. It was a heck of a race. I started a little far back than I thought I was going to be, but I did pretty good. I didn't even get a dent in it. I was happy.
A lot of work out there. Looked like you were hustling, moving that wheel side to side. I mean, trying to make any moves you can early and often, trying to get by as many as you can.
Yeah, it's tough out here. These vans are pretty close. You just can't run away like you used to.
Oh, they're getting tougher and tougher, but here Todd Fisher's got you some, for lucky 777, there's 7 lottery tickets. Good job tonight, and we'll see you maybe later on.
Yeah, I want to thank my wife for putting up with me, and Steve and Daryl for doing all the work on the van. I just turn the wheel. They do everything else.
There he is, Butch Rich Creek picking up your win. Brandon Ort finishing second. Brandon, come on here. Brandon, good job tonight. You couldn't keep him behind you. Normally you're up there, point leader still, but you're doing pretty good this year.
Yeah, not bad. The van started to run hot towards the end of the race, and I've been having problems with it all week. Knew it was running hot. I didn't want to go out in hot laps and risk my chances of finishing decent, so I figured, heck with it, I'll just sit back in the hot laps and just come out in the feature and see what it does.
There you go. Here's 7 lucky lottery tickets. Maybe you'll win something on that. We're lucky 777 for the Summer Fun Championship. Another trophy to add in. Good job, and we'll see you back.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely be back the next race.
All right, there he is, Brandon Ort, current point leader. Jeff Swenson finishing third. Jeff, here's some lucky lottery tickets. 7 tickets for tonight. Maybe you'll win something big there.
I hope so.
Good job, nice run. You can't keep up with them two. They're 2 tough competitors in the vans.
Yeah, just not enough motor. I'll have to go back to the drawing board, I guess.
All right, there he is, Jeff Swenson coming third. Chad Gracie. Chad, good job. Strong 4th place finish. Almost there.
Yeah, almost. I just had a little problems with the fan and tried to shut down and kick back on, and I just kept it in 4th all the way.
All right, good job. We'll see you in Victory Lane maybe sometime soon. Thank you very much.
Fence. Please stay back for your safety. Favorite here. Let them hear it as they come down for the start. Scrivens pulls out with the lead into turn 1. The field heads into turn 1. Everybody looks good so far. Out of 2. Little contact. Everyone's still headed the right way. Russ Scrivens brings them down, lap 1. Now we're right in front of the starter stand. We got one heads up. The 62B of Randy Blank, sideways in the front. And the green flag goes, Les Scrivens. Slow is failing around him. The 99 of John Remline in the lead. Taylor right there, and also the 100 of Matt Wampler. Followed by the 69 of Les Scrivens. The 7 of Fulton. The 99 of Broderick. Into turn 1. Full lap in. Remline holds the lead, but he's challenged by Matt Wampler on the outside. Taylor on the inside of Broderick. Wampler around into the lead as they come down lap 2. Wampler pulls slightly away. 4-car gap between him and Broderick, but Broderick looks like he's determined to make that up real quick. The 11 of Rio is in third. The 97 of Donnie Broderick is in the pits. Matt Wampler continues to lead. Ray Broderick second. Mike Goodwin in fourth, all the way up from 17th starting spot. Right on the tail of Sam Reel comes the Sam Ryle. Wampler continues to lead. Broderick second, Sam Ryle third. Goodwin in the 17G fourth. Taylor fifth. Wampler coming upon lap cars here. Into turn 1, he's around the 7. Yellow flag. Turn 3. Broderick moves around Wampler on the start. The 99, Ray Broderick started 14th, is now in the lead. Wampler fights back on the inside. Sam Ryle, third place. Jason Filler trying to get around Goodwin, but Goodwin fights him off. And now the 10 moves around Taylor. Ray Broderick down the backstretch into turn 3, pulling away from Matt Wampler. Goodwin closing in on Ryle. Out of turn 2, Ray Broderick continues to lead. Sixth spot is Failer. The 21 of Travis Horan is 7th. The 1 of Brent Fogelsanger, 8th. The 58 of Mark May, 9th. And then they drop back. Here comes Ray Broderick out of 4, down past the starter. 10 laps in. Wampler maintains the distance. Ryle still third. Goodwin about equal distance back to 4th. 21 gets high on the backstretch. Travis Horan, but it continues. Broderick around lap traffic in turn 1. The lap traffic blocks him. Wampler closes in. Wampler's right on his tail. Now the lap traffic ties Wampler up, and Broderick pulls away. Broderick back to the same lead he had previous. Wampler, Ryle, and Goodwin all in a clump. They want to move up. Taylor and Fogelsanger doing business here. The 10 of Charlie Pensinger, challenged now by Taylor and Fogelsanger and Travis Horan. Wampler moves in on Broderick again. Wampler trying the high side. He's right on his tail, out of turn 2. Halfway as they come past the starter stand, Ray Broderick with the lead, Wampler right on his rear. Into turn 1, Wampler looks high. Broderick goes high around the lap car. Wampler moves right in on him. Ryle takes elusive maneuvers around the 99. Goodwin gets trapped. Ray Broderick still with the lead. More lap traffic to get around. He lets them know he's here. Wampler right on Broderick. Broderick has some clear sailing, but Wampler checks the inside of Broderick as they go down the backstretch. Into turn 3. Wampler crisscrosses, but not able to get around Broderick. The 46 slows on the backstretch. Tommy Seiker into the backstretch pit area. Ryle moves up on Wampler. Goodwin right there also. 4 of them under a blanket as they come out of turn 4. Ray Broderick with the lead. Fogelsanger in 5th wants to make up ground and get into this battle, but these 4 cars fighting it out for the win. Goodwin gets around Ryle. Now challenging Wampler. Broderick enjoying this. He pulls out into a small lead. Wampler has to be concerned with Goodwin as they come out of turn 2. 21 laps down. Now Wampler moves back in on Broderick. Fogelsanger in 5th place has moved up and is now part of the fray. The 10 of Charlie Pensinger's right there. He wants to get in on this action also. Ray Broderick continues to lead. Wampler right on his tail. Wampler blows going into turn 1. Yellow flag. Matt Wampler's engine explodes going down the front stretch after quite a battle down for the start. It'll be after at the beginning of the home stretch here at the red cone. 7 laps to go. Green flag flies. Broderick and Goodwin side by side going into turn 1. Broderick and Goodwin. Goodwin gets an edge going down the backstretch. Broderick fights back into turn 3. Sam Lyle right there in third. Goodwin takes the lead. Broderick and Lyle fight for second. They touch. Lyle gets a slight edge on the backstretch. Broderick fights back, but Lyle takes second. The 10 of Charlie Pensinger now making a move around Broderick. Caution flag. Turn 2. Sam and Mike bring him down to the start. Jimmy looks him over. Green flag. Broderick said he wants a part of this action. Mike Goodwin holds the lead. Broderick in second now. Brings the 10 of Charlie Pensinger with him. Sam Lyle back and forth now. Goodwin, Broderick, Pensinger. Travis Horan moves into fourth in the 21. Goodwin right with the lead, but Broderick right there as they come out of 4. 3 laps to go. Goodwin into turn 1 high, Broderick low. Broderick's tail wiggles and he loses a little ground to Goodwin. 2 laps to go when they go by the starting stand this time. Goodwin goes high, Broderick low, out of 4. Here they come past the starter. Goodwin still with the lead, Broderick right there. Goodwin takes a slight advantage off 2. Broderick closes in as they go into 3. Pensinger right there in third. The white flag is out. Mike Goodwin with the lead into turn 1. Ray Broderick giving it everything he has, coming out of 2. The 99 goes slightly sideways. Pensinger trying to make second out of third. He goes high. Around Broderick at this point, coming out of 4, Mike Goodwin to see the checker. Charlie Pensinger second and Ray Broderick third. Sam Lyle fourth, and the 21 of Travis Horan was fifth.
The win in the Xtreme Stocks, Mike Goodwin. Getting all his safety equipment off. What a last lap that was. Getting a drink. There he is, fans. He can hear you now. Mike Goodwin. Mike, come on around here. We can get going. So we got a lot more racing. Here's a checkered flag for you. Congratulations on a good run tonight. It was a tough one.
Yes, it was. Track's real heavy. Everybody was tight. Everybody had to be wheeling up on the steering wheel. I guarantee everybody was working out.
I'll tell you, the move of the race is when turn number 2, Sam got in the back of the 100, and you got by both of them. That was a good move there.
Yeah, thanks. That was the only way to do much passing. You had to wait for somebody to make mistakes. Matt was pushing a little bit here and there, and then him and Sam jumped the cushion. I took advantage of it. Matt blew up in front of me. I was just glad I didn't run into him. I was hoping he'd stay in the middle. There was a whiteout. Couldn't see where it was going. And then on the restart, Sam got me the other week on that restart, so I was like, I can't let him get me again.
Well, that was a good run. We threw that caution because of that whiteout the last time we discussed that. But just for a safety thing there, it was a good race. And all in all, here's 7 lucky tickets that we got for you for Lucky 77. Congratulations on a much-deserved win.
Thank you very much.
Mike Goodwin picking up the win. Coming back to Charlie. Charlie Pensinger coming home second. Charlie, congratulations. Here's 7 lucky tickets for you. Nice run there. A good run you had there. I'll tell you what, last lap pass, not bad.
Yeah, I'm completely out of breath. That's the hardest I've worked, I think, here in 2 seasons. But fantastic run. The car was too tight at the beginning. We kept getting better and better, and the high side started to come to us. But I hated on the last restart to go all the way to 6 to stay on the high side. So I had to go to the bottom. Didn't want to do that, but it did end up paying off. Congrats to Mike. Fantastic season for him this year. He's running awesome. Special thanks to our sponsor, Sollenberger's Messenger Service, SYCS Productions, does our website, PensingerPerformance.com. Smith's Appliance, Fast Action Motorsports Entertainment, Star Auto Sales, Red's Body Shop, Sue D'Angelo, Shetner Snyder Service.
Boy, you got a whole list of them all.
Yeah, really appreciate the fans coming out for us tonight and supporting us on our Stock Car Saturday night. Special thanks to you guys. We couldn't be here without you. And congrats to all the guys.
Good job. Seems like you got the car turned around here. Second half might be good.
Yeah, and it's turned around because of the hard work of our crew, especially my dad, Vernon Myers, that ran in the Rookie Rumble, Stan Steinauer. Without the help of those guys, Don Schaefer at Schaefer's R&D Center, we've had a lot of help to get us back where we need to be.
Charlie Pensinger coming home second. Here we got Ray Broderick. Ray, here's some lucky tickets for you. 7 lottery tickets, compliments of Todd Fisher, and for the lucky 777. Boy, it was a tough run for you. You had them covered in the beginning. Then we got them couple cautions that bunched them all up.
Yeah, but that's racing. Yeah, we had a lot of fun out here, and I want to thank Todd and everybody else here at the track. Track is smooth. It's nice. I just had the wrong tires in the back. I was loose.
Well, I'll tell you what, you look better and better. This is one of the better runs you had there. I was going to say, if you would have won, I was going to say you got it hooked up tonight.
Yeah, we had a lot of bad luck there. You know, blowing tires and a coil went out on us, but we're getting there. Get that monkey off our back, you know.
There you go. Ray Broderick coming home third.
Jen Scott, recent graduate from high school, in front of all of these guys. Green flag comes out. Jen leads them into turn 1, but Justin Rhodes has preferred orange, takes it high and into the lead. The 21 of Joey Hoffer is second, making a move on the inside of Justin. Hoffer looking on the inside. Rhodes loses it in turn 4. Thunberg collects a major group of people. Green flag flies. Dove has the lead coming past, followed by Bauer Sox. Stephen Dove with the lead. Todd Bauer Sox second. Corey Seitz in third. Looking for second. Followed by the 11 of Craig Morgan. Dove leads him down the backstretch. Seitz looking on the inside of Bauer Sox through 3 and 4. Bauer Sox holds second. Seitz and Morgan. The 69 of George Esch, followed by the 25H of Hallenstein. The 80 of Alleman, the 5 of Hollinger, the 1B of Paul Morgan, the 35 of Gary Johnston, Jen Scott, Scott Thunberg, Stephen Dove continues the lead. Seitz looking on the inside of Bauer Sox. Morgan, Esch, Hallenstein, Alleman. Hollinger, Paul Morgan, Gary Johnstone, 5 laps down. Dove, Bowersock, Sights, we have a yellow. Dove takes him into turn 3. Green flag, Dove takes him into turn 1. Bowersocks and Sights, second and third. Morgan fourth. Sights looks outside of Bowersocks this time. Out of 4. Everybody looks good. Sykes looks inside of Bowersocks, coming out of 4. Bowersocks able to hold him off this time. Sights strong into turn 2. Bowersocks crisscrosses, fights him off on the backstretch. Sights pulls away in 3. He's right on Dove. Into turn 1. Dove holds the lead. Sights looks low. Coming out of 2. Sights has momentum. Into 3. Has a little too much speed and loses ground to Dove, who holds the lead. Turn 1, they're side by side, battling. Bowersocks right there in 3rd, ready to pounce. Sights into 3 with the lead, but Dove fights back. Coming out of 4, Dove is high and has a preferred line and momentum and holds the lead. Sights looks low again, going down the backstretch. Side by side, coming out of 4. Down past the starting line, and Stephen Dove with the lead. Dove fights back on the outside. Sights on the inside. Down the backstretch. Side by side. Sights with the edge this time around. Takes it hard into turn 1. Dove fights back on the outside. Sights clears him for the lead. Dove is 2nd, Bowersocks 3rd, Morgan 4th, Brian Hallenstein making a move from 5th. He's right up beside Morgan. Alleman in the 80, right there. 69 of George Esch behind Alleman. Alleman tries high above Hallenstein, right behind Morgan. Sights pulls out to a small margin of victory. Dove right behind him, Bowersocks 3rd, Morgan 4th, Alleman, Hallenstein, Esch. One sideways of 4 gets back into the infield. Down, Sights with the lead, 5 to go. Dove 2nd, Bowersocks 3rd, Morgan 4th, Alleman now 5th, Hallenstein 6th, Esch 7th. Allman looks inside of Morgan in turn 2. Yellow flagged. Down for the green. There we go. 3 laps to go. Seitz pulls away, slight advantage. Bowersox challenging Dove. Allman on the inside of Morgan. Morgan fights back. Spin in turn 2. Out of turn 4, Seitz brings it down. Dove right there in second, Bowersox third, Morgan fourth. Allman inside of Morgan, out of 2. Morgan fights him off down the backstretch. Seitz with the lead, through 3, coming around through 4. He can see the checker. Seitz with the win, Dove second, Bowersox, Craig Morgan, Allman, the 25 of Brian Howenstein.
Well, fans down here, the Applebee's Neighborhood Bar and Grill, Farinelli Construction, 21K of Corey Seitz in victory lane tonight. Getting unbuckled. Career win 50 for Corey. He's out of the car, fans. He can hear you now. Corey Seitz picking up the win. Get a nice cold drink. Congratulations on win 50. What a good job that was. Nice run tonight.
Thank you. The car was just awesome. The track was awesome. We had that one yellow there at the beginning, and I got a good break, got a couple spots. Steve Dove and I ran a heck of a race side by side there. I don't know how many laps was it, 5 laps? Something like that.
I think it was more like 8.
Was it 8? I don't lose track when I'm trying to get to the front. I got to thank my wife, my crew, just all my sponsors, everybody for coming out. And it feels great getting 50 wins at Susky. It would have been great anywhere to get my 50th, but I got it at Susky.
Congratulations on that. Nice work tonight. The car was set up pretty nice. Track conditions to your liking.
Oh, the track was beautiful. I mean, you could run the top. There was a cushion up there. You could bang the cushion. You could run on the bottom, the middle. I think everybody was running all over the place tonight. Like I said, but I thank my wife, my corners, yeah, just everybody.
There he is, picking up the win tonight. Corey Seitz. Forgot to give Corey his, I'll give him his tickets here in a minute. Steve, here's your tickets, 7 lucky tickets tonight. Maybe you'll pick up a win there. Good job, nice run. About 8 or so laps side by side.
Yeah, seen it was Corey and, hey, anybody. I like to try and run them clean, and I was waiting for my tires to come in. They never came in.
You were running that cushion. You like it up there.
Yeah, I love the high side. It's fun up there.
All right, good job. Nice work tonight, Stephen Dove. Todd Bowersox. Todd, boy, I tell you what, that was an adventure out there for you tonight. Nice run there. A lot of bumping and banging there in a little bit, but at least you keep it straight and steady tonight.
Yeah, that's the way we like to race. We had a little bit of bumping going on there, but we were pretty fast, and it's just an enjoyment to run in this class when everybody runs side by side like that. We ran door handle to door handle, and Corey, just the best of all of us tonight. This is the first time we actually got to run the car when it was on one piece and going in the right direction, and we can work from here, and I think we can get the setup, and hopefully we can be in that number 1 spot here pretty soon.
Great job. Here's 7 lucky tickets for you. Todd Bowersox coming home third.
'99 going to be starting at the rear of the field, looking like a modified coming down now to turn 4 without the fenders. Whitmer leads them into turn 1. Jeremy Knoll right there at second with Moser. Third place for 14 of Kyle Saylor, fourth. Steve Billett, fifth. 6, Randy Christine. Top 6 staying in their starting positions. Whitmer leads lap 3, 2. Whitmer into 3 with a nice little lead, followed by Jeremy Knoll. John Moser in 3rd. Kyle Saylor 4th. Steve Billett and Randy Christine still in their starting positions. Moser moves to the inside of Knoll. Coming out of 4. Moser looking at second. Moser and Knoll still fighting for second. Kyle Saylor right there in 4th, and here comes the 20 of Steve Billett. Christine right there. Paul Graves and Richwine fighting it out in turn 1. Richwine under Graves. Richwine 10th. Bud Whitmer holds the lead. Moser second. Knoll now being challenged for that 3rd position by Steve Billett. Kyle Saylor, Randy Christine, Jake Jones, and Gene Wrightstone battling it out. Jones around Wrightstone. Billett into 3rd, Steve Billett into 3rd, around Jeremy Knoll. Bud Whitmer, John Moser, and Steve Billett, your top 3. Richwine moving into 8th around Wrightstone. Wrightstone fights him off. Bud Whitmer continues to lead, followed by John Moser, Steve Billett, Jeremy Knoll, Randy Christine, and Kyle Saylor battling it out. Jake Jones, the next car, followed by Rich Wine, Wrightstone, Justin Earhart, Sterling Kennard, and Chuck Yingling Jr. The 20 of Steve Billett moving in on Moser. We have the track. Your car will be disqualified. Brings them down for the start. 6 laps to go. Whitmer brings them down for the green. Moser and the 20 of Steve Billett battle for second. Jeremy Knoll, fourth. The 14 of Kyle Saylor, fifth. Chris Tyne trying the inside of Saylor, followed by Jake Jones. The 2 of Scott Richline right there behind Jones. Followed by Wrightstone, Sterling Kennard, Graves, Leonard, Moser goes high in turn 2. The 20 of Steve Billett moves into second. Bud Whitmer continues to hold this lead. The 20 of Steve Billett second. 2 laps to go. Bud Whitmer with the lead. Steve Billett second. John Moser third. Randy Christine moves into fourth. Jeremy Knoll fifth. Jake Jones sixth. Rich Wine and Kyle Saylor battle for seventh. The white flag is out. Bud Whitmer into turn 1. Takes it around 2 down the backstretch. Bud Whitmer into 3. Coming through 4. He can see the checker now. Bud Whitmer with the win. Yellow flag, turn 2, slow. Whitmer brings them around turn 4 to the start. Into turn 1, Bud Whitmer with the lead. Moser looking for second. Randy. Bud Whitmer brings them through 3 and 4. Billett right there. Green flies. Whitmer through 2 with the lead. Slow down. Multi-car spin in turn 1 and 2. No. Bud Whitmer brings them down into turn 1, through 2. Oh, pile up in turn 2. We have a pile up in turn 2. Whitmer. Second, Steve Billett. Third, Jake Jones. Fourth, Scott Richwine. As they
Well, down here now, folks, in Victory Lane for the late models, Bud Whitmer in the U10. Wait for him to get unbuckled, get out, take a deep breath here. Out of the car, banging on the roof. Bud, come on around here, grab your checkered flag. Congratulations, nice run there. Unfortunately, we had to end under the caution. We tried it 3 times, couldn't get it.
Yeah, I noticed that, but it was easy one then, I guess. I don't know. I was a little worried about that last restart there a couple times. I was watching the board, and I seen Steve moved up there, and I didn't know how fast we were, so, well, I'll take it that way.
You had the car hooked up extremely well tonight. Around the top side, it's a heavy track. Not a lot of passing, but once you got out front, you were sailing.
I didn't know how far I was ahead when the first yellow came out, but it was good. We worked hard to get here. I owe this to that guy right over there, John Euler. I don't know what to say. I mean, he's a devoted car owner. We've loaded a motor earlier this year twice now, and it's been tough, but we're here.
Good job, congratulations. Here's some lucky tickets for you. 7 lottery tickets courtesy of Todd Fisher with Lucky 777 night. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations. Bud Whitmer picking up the win. Steve Billett coming home second. Steve, come on around here. Steve. Coming home second, Steve Billett. Steve, congratulations. Here's 7 lucky tickets. Good job, nice run.
Yeah, it was,
I know here we go. Every week we do this. Good run there. I mean, you had it hooked up. At least you know, come home with a solid second tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that was really good. I mean, we really could have used this. We were just having a lot of dumb luck this week. Today, I mean, we had just so many dumb problems. This thing was like real awesome on long runs. I don't know how everybody else behind me was running, but in front of us, everybody was up top, and the bottom just seemed to work. I don't think I would have had anything for Bud, but I mean, we got second. I mean, that's really great. I'm not going to piss and moan about this.
Good job. Second place, Steve Billett. Coming home third, Jake Jones in the number 43. Jake, come on over here. Here's 7 lucky tickets for you. Good job, nice run. I'm sure you didn't want to see that happen, but at least you got the third.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this Miller's Racing Parts, Ed's Quality Cars, Integra Performance, Andy Grove Insurance, Brooks Graphics, Victory Lane Construction, Steve Studebaker's Laser Chassis, number 43, really hooked up tonight.
You seem to be good on the longer runs as the night went. You know, in the beginning there, you kept passing cars one by one, picking them off, and there at the end, you just got by a few of them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this car really works on the long runs. Them yellows really kill us, but I'll tell you what, when we get them long green flag runs, this car really comes on.
All right, Jake Jones coming home third in number 43.
4-cylinder stock car race lined up and just about ready to go. Got the 9 sitting down in the second turn. As soon as he's off the Lesher and Cup. Green flag. side by side as they cross the line. Lesher holds the lead into 2. On the inside, the 21 of Eric Hollenbach goes by into turn 3. Lesher fights back on the outside. Lesher holds the lead at the end of lap 1. Lesher through 2, holds the lead. 21 of Eric Hollenbach, second. The 11S of John Stoll Jr., third. The 8 of Ronnie Buck, fourth. Stoll goes by, takes the lead in the 11S. 21 of Eric Hollenbach, second. He's battling the 64. Grant Adams moves into second now. 21 of Eric Hollenbach, the 8 of Ronnie Buck. Stoll and Adams battle it out into 3 and 4. Stoll on the outside, Adams on the inside. Into turn 1. Adams takes the advantage over Stoll. Buck moves into third. The 21 of Eric Hollenbach continues in fourth. We have a yellow. 2 cars get together. 5 laps down. Head for the red cone and they're off. Adams and John Stoll lead them into turn 1. Buck moves to the inside of Stoll. Down the backstretch. Side by side into 3. Stoll fights him off out of 4. Buck third. 21 of Eric Hollenbach and Ed Hollenbach with the 44 of Ralph Morgan Jr. Top 5. One slowing on the front stretch, pulls into the pits. Adams stretches the lead over Stoll and Buck. The 11 of Shock into the pits in the backstretch. Halfway, Grant Adams leads the field. Stretching it out as Stoll and Buck continue to battle. Morgan in this fourth. Buck makes a move on the backstretch, edges slightly ahead of Stoll. Coming out at 3 and 4, we'll see who's got second. Looks like a dead heat with Morgan fourth. And Ed Hollenbach fifth. Now Buck gets around Stoll. Morgan tries the inside of Stoll. While Ed Hollenbach looks to the outside. 5 laps to go. 5 laps. Grant Adams stretching out that lead. Buck pulling away slightly from Morgan, who has moved into third. John Stoll fourth. Ed Hollenbach fifth. One stopped in turn 4. Down for the start. Grant Adams leads them into turn 1. Ronnie Buck looks slow. Ralph Morgan right there in third spot. Morgan loses the rear, but straightens it out. Doesn't lose his position, but John Stoll and Ed Hollenbach are right on him now. Adams and Buck, 1 and 2. Morgan third with Stoll right there. Ed Hollenbach in 5th. 2 to go. The 81 of Jason Giesemann and the 21 of Eric Hollenbach battling for position. Buck right there with Adams. White flag. Adams with the lead. Ronnie Buck second. Ralph Morgan third. John Stoll and Ed Hollenbach round out your top 5. Adams coming out of 4, can see the checker. Looks like he's got the win. Buck second, Morgan third. John Stoll and Hollenbach 4th and 5th.
Well, down here in Victory Lane with Grant Adams, getting congratulations from crew. Grant, here's some lucky tickets for you. Congratulations, checkered flag. Nice run tonight. Held together. John Stoll, you got by him, and it was smooth sailing from there.
Yeah, we've been waiting for this all year. We've been breaking all year. I've been waiting for this sub here for a year now. I'm finally going to eat it tonight.
There you go. Congratulations. Good run tonight. Car seemed to held together pretty good on the high side.
Yeah, it was working great up top. Just glad I could hold everybody off there at the end.
All right, congratulations, Grant Adams, picking up the win tonight. Ronnie Buck coming home second. Ronnie? Congratulations, Ronnie. There's 7 lucky tickets for you. Good job, nice run. You held it all together tonight.
Yeah. Grant put on a good show here tonight. Needed a couple laps for him, but I don't think I'd have got him. Good run. Early going there was getting a little rough there, but we held her in there.
Good job, nice finish, and we'll see you soon. Go back here to third place. Ralph Morgan, here's some 7 lucky tickets for you. Congratulations, nice run there.
Yeah, I'd like to start a little further up, but it's working pretty good. I messed up there, got too high, but I'll take it.
Was the car a little tight tonight, or were you fighting any conditions?
Yeah, I really had to run her in pretty hard to get her to stick around the bottom. It was a little tight when I had to ease up and drive her in. I got to thank Morgan's Excavating. He gets me here.
All right, congratulations on a nice, strong third-place finish.
All right, next time around. Jason Harpster brings him around in the 880. Pace truck is off. Jason Harpster, Chad Gladfelder bring him down for the start. Out of turn 4, the green flag blowing. Gladfelder takes the lead into turn 1. Harpster holds second. 39 with Josh Morrow third. Down the back stretch, everyone looks clean. 880 fights back. Dead heat as they cross the start-finish line. Harpster low, Gladfelder high. Little bumping and banging, we got one sideways. through 3 and 4. The green flag flies, and Gladfelder pulls away from Josh Morrow. Morrow makes a move out of 2, yellow flag, yellow flag. Gladfelder takes the green, followed by Morrow. This is where Morrow made the move the last time. Morrow on the inside of Gladfelder, down the backstretch. Gladfelder still maintains the lead. Morrow right there on the inside, followed by Ed Wentz, and the 14W, who just lost the position to the 37. Morrow goes to the inside of Gladfelder. Down the backstretch, Gladfelder fights him off. Into 3, Gladfelder on the outside. Morrow with the lead, yellow flag comes out. Down for the start, and the green flag goes out. Josh Morrow with the lead, 7:69 of Steve Nederostock on the inside, 2. Starter Jimmy gives them an eye, and the green flag flies. There we go. Josh Morrow, Weitzel, Nederostock, and Wentz. Top 4, followed by Darrell Bloom in 5th. Everyone makes it through 1 and 2. Morrow pulls out to a 5-car advantage. Nederostock and Weitzel battle for second. Well, we have a yellow in turn 3. Morrow brings them down for the green. Morrow brings them through 3 and 4, followed by Weitzel in the 37. .769 of Nederostock. The 6 of Josh Condren, all the way up from 16th, moves into 4th. Followed by the 7 of Ronnie Dunstan. 14W of Wentz. Car slow on the backstretch. The 94 of Robert Sabeski. Sabeski heads to the pits. Turn 2, we have 1 turned around. 6 up, bringing Brian Weitzel along. The green flag flies. Nederostock in 3rd. Condren in 4th, going high, bringing Dunstan low. 46 of Pat McDermott up from the 15th spot into 6th. Josh Morrow leads them down the backstretch. Brian Weitzel 2nd. Condren 3rd. Nederostock 4th. Dunstan coming around Nederostock halfway. Condren moves up on Weitzel. Dunstan's right there behind him. Coming out of 4, Josh Morrow with the lead. Weitzel second. Dunstan had third that time by. Condren right there. Condren inside. Dunstan moves into third. On the inside of Weitzel. Yellow flag, turn 2. Yellow flag, turn 2. One up against the wall in the turn 2. Pace truck is in. Josh Morrow brings him around. Turn 4. 10 laps down, 5 to go. Green flag. Dunstan moves inside Weitzel into 3. Dunstan takes second, sets his sight on Morrow. 4th place, Josh Condren. 5th, Steven Nederostek. Followed by the 46 of Pat McDermott. Out of turn 4, Josh Morrow with the lead. 12 down, 3 to go. Dunstan cuts into that lead into 1 and 2. Dunstan continues cutting into that lead into 3. Two laps to go. Josh Morrow with the lead. Dunstan right there behind him. Dunstan looks inside. Morrow holds him off. Through 4, Josh Morrow with the lead. Ronnie Dunstan second. White flag into turn 1. Josh Morrow with the lead. Dunstan planning high or low. Morrow holds the lead. Dunstan looks inside. Morrow coming out of 4 with the lead. Josh Morrow with the lead. Ronnie Dunstan, second place. 3rd, Josh Condren. Weitzel, Steve Nederostak.
Thanks, Pete. Josh Morrow unbuckling all his safety gear. Legends of Central Pennsylvania Dirt Racing Series feature winner, Glick Fire Equipment. Rocket Pizza winner tonight. Come on around here. Here's a checkered flag for you. He gets his armbands off. Josh, congratulations. Nice job tonight. Here's some 7 lucky tickets. Maybe one will be a nice winner for you after this good victory today.
Thank you. Car was just on a rail tonight. I couldn't believe it. Tried a different spring combination, softened the right rear up, and the thing just took off. It was getting a little loose at the end. I was waiting for Ronnie. I knew he'd be coming. I saw his nose there taking the white, and I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get me or not, but glad I held him off.
Yeah, you held him off in there in the beginning. I mean, in the end, or in the very beginning, he had a lot of cars to get by, and you were out front smooth sailing.
Yeah, the thing, I couldn't believe how well it run. This engine has probably 65 races on it, and you really notice it here at the big tracks, and the handling was just took over tonight. Didn't matter if you had a good engine or not, the thing ran.
Good job, Josh Morrow, pick up the win. Ronnie Dunstan coming home second. Ronnie, there's 7 lucky tickets there. Maybe one will be a good winner. Congratulations. We're going to get the billboard over here then because we didn't get you last week or last time you won. So we'll get you this week.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Well, good job. You had a lot of traffic to fight by. He got out front by a pretty good distance. It's hard to catch them when they get out there.
Yeah, when they get out there to play catch-up, sometimes a little bit rough.
Track conditions tonight, were you any loose or tight? A lot of guys using the outside line as far as a cushion, putting their wheel up against there.
Well, it was the same for everybody, so, I mean, I thought the track was fairly good.
Good job. Ronnie Dunstan coming home second. Hey, talking about the tires already, there's 7 lucky tickets for you.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. Good run tonight. Ronnie got by you there the last about 2 laps to go. Feel any different in the car in that closing laps?
I tell you what, Ronnie's one of the toughest competitors here to beat, and you know, my hat's off to him. He's definitely the guy that every week we got to chase after. But we're getting closer. You know, we're getting closer. And last year I wasn't able to stand out here on this dirt, and this year I got a chance down here 2 times now. So you know, just keep plugging along and see what goes on.
Well, good job on a nice solid 3rd place finish, and good luck with those tickets.
Thanks.